Welcome back to Frontline Eurosports Online. Your host Nate Jennings has one more 2019 for us today, and that's going to be the BMW F750GS. So another machine that has been completely revised, bumped up in foot-pounds of torque to 61. That's 4 more foot-pounds of torque than the predecessor model. 77 horsepower, just shy of 500 pounds with 493 wet, fully laden, ready-to-ride weight. So we got a lot of new stuff going with this motorcycle. We kept a lot of the old good stuff. We're looking at a lower saddle height, and again, the new revised saddle that's more stepped, wider, going to give us a lot more comfort for longer ridings. We're going to have the 19-inch wheel that we've always retained on this with the cast wheel. Lighter weight, less reciprocating mass means quicker transitions, more of a road-oriented setup, but still can accommodate a lot of off-road tire configurations and does plenty good off-road. I can attest to that. We still have the Brembo brakes that are floating calipers. We still have our steel braided brake lines. They've just been rerouted a little bit. And we've changed the front end up with a new design for the front end, including an LED headlight we'll show you in a second. We've got our hand guards, our TFTs, navigation preparation, gear shift assist pro, keyless ride. We have cruise control on a adventure touring bike now in the 750 class. Electronic suspension, ABS and traction control, heated grips, mode selection, all done with ride-by-wire on this water-cooled, fuel-injected, chain-driven power plant. So we'll go through this bike, do a little walk around, then we'll get into the instrumentation and show you that beautiful new TFT that everybody's crazy about. So let's do a quick walk around. Into our instrumentation. I'll go over briefly. Ride-by-wire, front brake lever that's adjustable, heated grips, mode selection, run cycle start, navigation preparation, keyless ride, and keyless fuel entry. TFT, accessory socket. Our key here is just for the nav. That doesn't need to be there to start the bike. I keep it there for reference for I have a key. Moving over, we have cruise control, our hazard lights, ABS and traction control, electronic suspension, our board computer menu button, turn signals, horn, multi-function controller, and up top side, our trigger switch for high beam. So let's go ahead and give us a quick burst there. I'm going to answer another question for you that a lot of people have about keyless ride when we conclude this little seminar here. So what we're going to do is start on the right-hand side and go through our heated grips. 3, 2, 1, and off. Mode selection, top right. We can go from rain, road, dynamic, and enduro. And then we slide across. We have our navigation, which this is one of the questions. We can unlock that, pull the cover plate off, put our nav 6 in there. That's why we have the key right there. Also, I'll go over what this does for us besides start the motorcycle. Our TFT, we're going to see our board computer up top. Right now it's set to our fuel bar, odometer, our mode selection we just reviewed, digital tachometer, speedometer, gear indicator, timepiece, and temperature. This little down arrow is a designator that I can use my menu button, which we'll do in a hot second. Cruise control, nothing to visibly see. Turn signals, you can see left and right there for us. We're going to have the ability to change our suspension. So we can tap that, and I can't do it with the bike off, but I would change my preload settings, or just quick taps allow me to change the damping values from road to dynamic. The upper button does our ABS and our traction control, which when those lights are flashing, it's saying, hey, I haven't self-checked myself, be cautious, get me moving 7 feet, 7 miles an hour or so, and we'll turn off that we've verified function. But I can override those. I can turn off my traction control with a 1-second burst and leave ABS on. I can turn my ABS off with a 3-second burst and traction control. 1-second burst again turns off my traction control. And you can see how it's easy to modulate through and get your desired settings. So as we move across into the menu screen, we're going to show you what the multifunction controller does with that. Again, that little designator for down, we push down and it brings us to my vehicle. Now I can use the multifunction controller to go over as you see the left and right arrows. Don't have a nav or media or phone hooked up right now, so we're going to go all the way over to settings. Settings, we can come into vehicle settings, and that's our tire pressure monitoring system. System settings, that's personal preferences, date, time, language, units of measurement. Connections, going into our Bluetooth for phone and helmets. Our display, this one I'm going to finagle with a little bit. It's our brightness or our status line content. To make it shorter for later, we're going to take off the duplication of like consumption 1 and consumption 2. We'll take 2 out. Ride time 1 and 2, we'll take 2 out. Brake 1 and 2, we'll take 2 out. Average speed, we'll take 2 out. And leave our tire pressure on there. To go back, we can use our upper button. So let's go all the way back to my vehicle, as this is one of the trickiest portions. You slide down, and there's a picture of you and your F750GS from BMW. We're going to have our message line, our temperature, tire pressure, front, rear, voltage, run, tell empty, our board computer 1, board computer 2, tire pressure monitoring system, and our service requirements, and finally our check messages section. So we'll back out of that beast and using the up arrow get back to our normal display. Now we do have clutchless upshift and downshift I cannot show you, but that just eliminates the operation of the clutch. When we're riding this motorcycle, open the throttle, have it opened, and clutchlessly upshift. Once you get from first to second gear, you can use Gear Shift Assist Pro. Close the throttle all the way and just step down, ding, 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 through the gears and have an enjoyable, enhanced experience that's also a safety as well as performance attribute to this new motorcycle. So we're going to step back out and get a nice wide view of this motorcycle one last time and give her a start up for you guys. So now we did a little overview of the bike. We got to do a little walk around, go through the instrumentation. The most important part, what she sound like. New motor, new muffler, and 4 more foot-pounds of torque to give us more raunchy bottom end. Just what we wanted. A little more depth, less metallic sound from the old exhaust system. And this is your new 2019 BMW F750GS. This color, stereo metallic matte. Come down and get yours here at Frontline Eurosports. You can reach us at 540-387-9780 or stop by our beautiful facility right off the Blue Ridge Parkway, 1003 Electric Road, Salem, Virginia. Thanks for watching Frontline Eurosports Online and have a beautiful day.